Welcome to the Taiwan language episode, a podcast for learning and insights in Mandarin and Taiwanese. I am your host, Yasmin. Welcome to today's episode. This week is the Lunar New Year, which means the Chinese New Year is coming up. During the New Year, the first few days are the busiest. There are so many things to do, like preparing for religious offerings, visiting relatives to wish them a happy New Year, and going out for New Year walks to greet people. There is a saying that goes, wake up early on the first and second days, sleep to your heart's content on the third. What this means is that on the first and second days, you have to wake up really early because there's so much to do. But when it gets to the third day, that's when everyone can sleep in, because according to the lunar calendar, the third day is the inauspicious day to do anything. It's just not the right day for work or activities. And let's be honest, the first 2 days are already super tiring. You are busy visiting friends and family, and there's so much to do at home with all the offerings and prayers. So, by the time the third day comes, you are exhausted and really need a break. Now, besides these practical reasons, there is also a cute and heartwarming story that explains why people sleep in on the third day. Let me share it with you. If you've heard this story before, I still invite you to listen to the end, because we will also include a little Taiwanese, aka Hokkien version at the end, where you can learn a few phrases to share with your Taiwanese friends and family during the New Year. Here comes the story. A long time ago, in a small countryside village, there was a lively mouse village. The village chief had a beautiful daughter, and the young male mice in the village were crazy about her, each one wanting to marry her. But the mouse father had his own idea. He thought, I am the chief of this village. My status is so high. How can I just pick an ordinary mouse as my son-in-law? My daughter deserves to marry the most capable and powerful mouse in the world, someone who matches our status. So, the mouse father decided that this wasn't a small matter. He could not just pick any random mouse, so he went to the most famous matchmaker in the village, Granny Wang, for help. The matchmaker was quick, and she immediately made a list of all the best young mice in the village. But when the mouse father looked at the list, he frowned and shook his head, thinking, these mice are so scared of cats. They run away at the first sight of danger, and they even hide from the sun. How could any of them be worthy of my daughter? No, I need to find someone truly powerful, someone really great. So the mouse father left his home and set out to find the most powerful creature in the world. As soon as he stepped outside, he looked up and saw the sun shining brightly in the sky. He thought to himself, wow, the sun is the most powerful. He lights up the entire world. This must be the perfect match for my daughter's husband. So he eagerly went to the sun to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage. When the son heard the mouse father's proposal, said, "Mouse father, I think you've got it wrong. I am not the most powerful. Look over there. There's a cloud that can block my light, so it's a cloud that's really powerful." The mouse father thought the son made a good point, so he quickly went to find the cloud. He asked the cloud, "Hey, cloud, I've heard you are the most powerful. Would you like to be my son-in-law?" The cloud shook his head and slowly replied, "Well, I don't think I am that powerful. Every time a strong wind blows, I got blown apart. The wind is really the most powerful." Without wasting a second, the mouse father immediately ran to find the wind. He asked the wind, "Wind, I've heard you are the most powerful. Can you be my son-in-law?" The wind laughed and said, "Me? But have you seen that big mountain over there? No matter how hard I blow, I can't move it. So the mountain is the truly powerful one." So the mouse father quickly ran to the mountain. Out of breath, he asked, "Great mountain, I've heard you are the strongest of all. Would you marry my daughter?" To his surprise, the mountain laughed loudly and said, "What are you talking about? You mice can dig holes in me without a problem. I can't do anything to stop you. So, in the end, it's the mouse that's the most powerful." That's when the mouse father suddenly realized the most powerful creature was right within his own community. He was so happy. He rushed back to the village, shared the news, and picked the smartest and most capable mouse to marry his daughter. The wedding was held on the third day of the new year, and the entire village was filled with joy, singing and dancing to celebrate the grand wedding. From that day on, people began saying, "Wake up early on the first and second days. Sleep to your heart's content on the third." Isn't this story just so heartwarming and adorable? You see, in Taiwan, people wanted to make things perfect for this pair of newly mice. Knowing that the third day of the Lunar New Year is the day mice get married, they will intentionally go to bed early on that day to avoid disturbing their wedding. I think the reason this story has been passed down through Taiwanese folklore is that it reflects the Taiwanese people's understanding and respect for other cultures. That said, the mouse father in the story of the mouse wedding also mirrors, to some extent, the patriarchal structure of a Taiwanese society. If you have Taiwanese friends, you may know that most children in Taiwan inherit their father's surname. For example, if your dad's last name is Li, then your last name is Li too. In Taiwan, men are usually the primary breadwinners of the family. They shoulder the responsibility of earning money and supporting the household, which gives them significant influence and authority at home. This makes me think of how the mouse father's actions resemble those of many traditional fathers. He went to great lengths, sparing no effort, to ensure that his daughter could marry the strongest and most outstanding son-in-law in the world. He was determined to choose the best possible match for her, even though this process might seem a little amusing. The story's deeper meaning is profound. That's my reflection for this story. Now, it comes to the Taiwanese vocabulary. Let me share some of the vocabularies of the day. The first one is a famous verb. The first one, 初一早,初二早,初三困到飽. This is a traditional saying for the Chinese New Year period. It means 初一, on the first day of the New Year, wake up early. 初二, on the second day of the New Year, wake up early again. 初三, on the third day of the New Year, sleep in and rest as much as you want. Because it is a day that you need to take a break. So, 初一早,初二早,初三困到飽. Wake up early on the first and the second days. Sleep to your heart's content on the third. Next one, 拜拜. This means to offer prayers or to worship, typically done at temples or at home during festivals. Next one, 拜年. This refers to the custom of praying New Year greetings, where people visit their relatives or friends to wish them well or to wish them a Happy New Year. And according to the story, the mouse father has a very beautiful daughter. When we say someone, he has a very beautiful daughter, that is, 伊有一个足水的查某囝。伊有一个足水的查某囝。Here, 查某囝 means daughter. 伊有一个足水的查某囝。If you want to say somebody is really amazing or he is truly impressive, 伊真正足厲害的。伊真正足厲害的。厲害 means amazing or he's very powerful. 伊真正足厲害的。And the last vocabulary, I wish everyone good health and all the best in the new year. 祝大家新的一年身體健康，萬事如意。祝大家 that means wish everyone. 新的一年 the new year. 身體健康 that's good health. 萬事如意 may everything go smoothly or may all your wishes come true. So, 祝大家新的一年身體健康，萬事如意。Let's review today's vocabulary. 初一早，初二早，初三困到飽。拜拜。拜年。伊有一个足水的查某囝。伊真正足厲害的。And then finally, 祝大家新的一年身體健康，萬事如意。So here are some phrases that you can learn and share with your Taiwanese friends and family during the New Year. All of those Taiwanese vocabulary are included in our study guide. The content of our study guide comprises a test in both Chinese and Taiwanese with Taiwanese romanization and local phonetic symbols, vocabulary, reading comprehension questions with answer keys, and extension questions. You can become a member, subscribe to the study guide, and utilize it to preview before the new podcast episode launches or review after listening to the podcast to enhance your language skills. You can also support my work by buying me a cup of coffee, which helps this podcast to continue providing learning resources. And please leave a 5-star review on your listening platform. Feel free to share this podcast to your best friends to help more people discover this podcast as their learning resources. So that wraps up what I have to share today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to check out our show notes for more information. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you join us again on Taiwan language episode. See you soon. Bye bye.